I started playing the violin when I was 5 years old. I really wanted to play the violin because my parents, they're both musicians, violinists, and I really, really liked the instrument and I wanted to play it.
There was, of course, moments when I doubted it and thought that maybe there is something else, or I don't know, whatever, you always compare yourself to others and think that maybe there's something else you could be better at. But I never could leave the violin, and I just always knew. I never even questioned it if I maybe seriously should do something else. I always knew I'm going to be a violinist and never gave up.
The best piece of advice I ever received, or was lucky to receive, was from one of my teachers at Juilliard, Itzhak Perlman, who said his famous catchphrase is to practice slowly.
And there was no specific reason why I wanted to play the violin professionally. I just really enjoyed it, and with the time I realized that I want to do it for life.
The best advice I received is that we should be present in the moment. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not yet here, so we have to make the best out of today.
I like to hear composers that maybe violinists don't hear that much. I mean, of course we do, but for example, Mahler, I think everyone hears, and I really love it. But also, for example, now I've been listening a lot more to Bruckner, which is, a very brass composer. Let's say, composes all of his symphonies have amazing solos or places for brass.
Recently I started to really lean more into the folk-influenced composer like Enescu and Bartók. I think there is so much to discover in those composers, and it's so rich. And also it's so fun to play because the performance practice as it exists with Beethoven and with Brahms, it's not so precise with composers like Enescu and Bartók. It's a different, it has to be different performance practice, but you can be so much more free in that music.
I think to make a great musician, one has to be curious. This is the first thing for me, that there's an endless kind of love for learning also, because this, I think, inspires you to keep searching for more and more meaning in the music and more different ways to share music with others, different collaborations, different kinds of ideas, and so always to be curious about what music can do for you and for someone else, I think is the hallmark of a great musician.
My biggest success as a musician was a concert where I played a piece by Serbian composer Isidora Rebellion, and when I finished, half of the audience was crying, so it was very touching for me. And in private life, I think being always positive and happy. I also have wonderful family and friends, and that makes me very grateful. For me, definition of success is having healthy surroundings to keep me grounded and positive.
Not having success is a blessing as well, because you get to learn so much about yourself. For me, in fact, every time I've so to say failed something or I didn't meet my personal expectations, this is when I learned the most about myself. This is when I learned the most about others, about the world surrounding me, because it made me think, it made me question myself, question my methods, question my how I saw a competition, how I saw the world, how I saw what I thought was meant for me or what is not meant for me at the end of the day.
Auf der einen Seite gibt es Menschen, die haben wirklich eine ganz außergewöhnliche Begabung, um ein Publikum mit der Musik und mit den technischen Möglichkeiten mitzureißen und zu begeistern. Aber auf der anderen Seite ist es trotzdem die Aufgabe jedes Musikers oder jeder Musikerin, wirklich bis ans Lebensende danach zu suchen, was ein Komponist wirklich, zum Beispiel ein Johannes Brahms, mit einem Dolce wollte. Und das habe ich hier von Frau Professor Chumachenco mitnehmen dürfen, nochmal in ganz intensiver Form, um es mit ihren Worten zu sagen, ist es ein lebenslanges Abenteuer, auf das ich mich selbst persönlich auch schon sehr freue.
What I really find interesting is she always gives us the big picture, how you can approach the music you're playing, how you can find out what the composer would want from what's written. I think this is always very interesting to work with her.
Es gibt kein Rat für eine. Ich schaue zuerst, wie, was oder wer er ist, und dann schaue, wenn ich ihn besser kenne, dann kann ich ein Rad. Aber um Gottes Willen, ein Rad für alle, keine Ahnung.